Howdy folks, hope it's going well out there. Today we're going to be looking at themes. Okay, so what is a theme? How do we use themes? Why are themes important? Well, a theme is a little melodic idea. Sometimes it might be called a motif. You might have heard of something called motivic development. That's like getting a theme, an idea, and developing it and moving it through your solo. So it's something to hang your hat on when you're soloing, really. Something to think about, something to move forward with, something to gel your soloing together so it all sounds coherent. So the theme that I came up with over this was inspired by Matt Schofield. It was just something I kind of nicked off him. Can't remember where it was. A little idea. And then I developed that, right? And then it went from there. So what we're going to do is go through the themes that I used over that little solo at the start and how I developed them. Now, it was quite a funky track. It was like a funky blues in A, and I started off with this Matt Schofield theme doing this, okay? Now I'm coming out of position 3 here, right, of A minor pentatonic, which you can see on your screen. I'm starting on the A, I'm moving up to the major third, right, and that's my little theme. So the first time you play your theme, it needs to be stated simply and clearly without really any embellishments. So that's the idea. Now the second time I just did this, right? So repeating the last note twice is quite a useful little idea. It sounds cool and it's dead easy, right? And then on the end of it I put this. So think of this as your theme, then the theme being repeated with a bit of fluff on the end of it, right? And what's the fluff? Well, I'm seeing, and why am I playing that fluff? Well, there's the root note there. I'm seeing that minor third, I'm tweaking it, and I'm tweaking the 2, and then coming down to the root. Okay? Then I'm kind of thinking, B.B. King would often do this. So this bit is a little bit B.B. King inspired. He'd often do these little tweaked bends. Yeah, he does it in the start of Thrill Is Gone. So that's kind of where I'm nicking that from. And then he'd go there, but I went. So that is B.B. King inspired, but instead of going, I'm working up to that chromatically with rakes. Right? I do like raking, okay? It's kind of like Stevie Ray Vaughan thing. I'm muting with these fingers, look. Yeah, I'm just allowing that E string to ring. Alright, so that's my first theme, okay? Now after I've stated that theme, and I've kind of stated it twice, right, across the A chord, across the D chord, so across the 1 chord, then across the 4 chord and the 1 chord again. I've come into the E chord to the 5 chord. I'm going to play something different now. I'm not going to restate the theme. I'm now going to do something completely different. I did a bebop inspired lick. Something like that. Now, for the bits in between, the fluff in between, if you like, the little fast runs that I'm doing, I'm going to talk about those on my Patreon channel. So if you nip over to the Patreon channel, you can see them all over there. Link's just below, so just click that link, head over there. Super cheap to sign up to Patreon, loads of great stuff on there. So I'll go through the whole solo basically on there, these bits plus the bits in between. All right, so we had this. This bebop inspired lick, which is kind of a mix of Dorian and melodic minor ideas. So after that, we go back to the next 12 bar progression. So at the start of the next 12 bars, I'm now moving up into position 4. So I've shifted up a position. So it's giving the feeling my solo is moving somewhere. So then I'm playing a line something like that. I'm coming out of here. I'm thinking of the root, the minor third. Right, so that is I've created another little theme. It's not Matt Schofield this time, it's just something that's come off the top of my head, I guess. Vibrato. And then the second time I repeat it, I do something like this. So that was a bit like the first time when I went from the minor third to the 2 to the root. I might tweak that. Yeah, so I've got the theme, I've expressed it plainly. And the second time I've repeated it but added fluff on the end. So a similar sort of deal to the first time through. So when it goes to the 4 chord, instead of staying here, I've gone up here. I've gone up to position 1. And I'm bending up there from the right up on the 20th fret there. Yeah. And that is a new little theme. So I do that. And then repeat it. Right. With some fluff on the end. Okay. Now that fluff is just it's just a little run in minor pentatonic position 1. Something like that. Flat 5. Yeah, often tweaking this minor third. But the point is, theme plus elaboration. Yeah, I've done that now 3 times. Okay, so there's a theme to my themes, if you like. All right. Then I finish off with just a little sliding lick over the last 4 bars there, a bit like I did the first time round on the 12 bars. I did that Dorian melodic minor thing, which was the bebop inspired thing. This time I'm doing something else. So if you think about the format, if you look at the screen now, how I've laid it out, across those first 4 bars, right, I'm expressing the theme, and then I'm repeating the theme and adding fluff. And then when it comes to the next 4 bars, I'm repeating the theme with more fluff on it, or different types of fluff. And then the last 4 bars, I'm doing something completely different. I'm not really thinking a theme there. I'm just thinking a fast run or something more scalar, right? Because I don't really want it to be super melodic. The first layer was melodic. The second layer was melodic. The last layer just wants to be something fast, flashy, different, right? Contrast, think dynamics. Then when the 12 bars come round again, I express across that first line, I express a new theme, repeat the theme, yeah, embellish the theme. Then the next line, the middle line, okay, I'm then doing a different theme, and then I repeat that theme with a bit of fluff on the end. Now this is giving my solo structure, and also I can think my way through this. In other words, I'm not thinking, oh God, I don't know what to do next. Or I'm not thinking, this isn't working, or it's not really going anywhere, or it doesn't really sound like a solo. It does sound like a solo because it's got coherence, it's got structure to it. So think about doing these little themes, these little motifs, developing them, doing them across the first 2 lines, and then the third line doing something completely different, right, for dynamics. And this will give your solo structure, and it will make them sound cool and make them sound like, you know, the people that you listen to. You know, this is part of the reason why you listen to blues, because it has this structure to it, whether you know it's there or not. You know, often there is this structure. So have fun with that. Don't forget to check me out on Patreon for those bits in between, the elaboration, the little noodly fast bits. Always remember to like and subscribe, and catch you next time.